Hi, this is Karthik from Design School BWP Algorithm, and in this tutorial, we'll discuss how the additional custom breakpoints are going to work in Elementor. And at the time of making this video, these are not yet available, but if you want it, you can install a free plugin called Elementor Beta from the WordPress repository and you can get them and play with them. But let's see how they're gonna work. To see the Elementor custom breakpoints in action, I'll just open up a template by clicking on Edit with Elementor. You can do the same for any page, post, or a custom post type. Click on Edit with Elementor and you'll be taken to the Elementor interface. Now click on the responsive mode button at the bottom left, right? You usually see three breakpoints, one for mobile, one for tablet, and another one for desktop. So you can adjust various properties that support responsive properties. So if I go to this heading widget over here, I can change the typography or the letter spacing. So if I go to typography, I can simply click on the responsive mode, change it to desktop. So I can have a font size for desktop, tablet, and for mobile, I can have a different font size, right? So that's the reason why we use the breakpoints to set different properties for different devices. Now, what if you want additional properties? So this is how it's going to work in Elementor. Just click on the settings cog on the top right and you'll be taken to this screen. You can also reach this by clicking on the hamburger and going to the side settings and then layout. You'll see the active breakpoints onto the left. You can simply click here or click on the plus button. It's the same. So you can pick additional breakpoints. So right now we have mobile and tablet. So there are additional breakpoints called mobile extra, tablet extra, laptop is also present by default, and widescreen. So let's pick mobile extra and you can see that now a breakpoint or an additional breakpoint is added. You can punch in the width or you can settle with the default one. You can punch in maybe 900 pixels in here. So that will be the mobile extra breakpoint and the mobile breakpoint is 767. You can also punch in any values you want and simply click on update. And once you click on update, it will prompt you to reload the editor because now that you've added a new breakpoint, just simply click on reload now and that will reload the template, right? Now go back to your responsive mode and you see an additional breakpoint called mobile extra. And basically in Elementor, wherever you see this desktop icon, right, the responsive mode icon, those are the properties that can have different values for different views. Whereas you can see that this text color doesn't have that icon. So it remains the same across all devices and it cannot be changed, at least by using the Elementor interface. You can obviously do it using custom CSS, but yeah, we're discussing about breakpoints. So if I want to change the font size, I see a mobile icon or a tablet icon. That means this can have different sizes on different devices. Whereas font family doesn't have that. That means Elementor, at least by default, doesn't allow me to pick different font families for different breakpoints. So whenever we're talking about breakpoints, we're essentially talking about properties that support these breakpoints, such as this font size. So let's do something fun here. So I have this R Suites heading and let's change the width in mobile view to 22 pixels. I'll just click on this. I'll start increasing the size and for mobile extra breakpoint, I'll have 30 pixels size and for tablet, I'll have 40 pixels size. And for desktop, let's have a 50 pixels size just to demonstrate the thing, right? I'll hit on update. Now you can see that until 767 pixels, you can see the width in here, right? At the top right corner, whenever I'm stretching the width, you can see the width in here. It's this W and H stands for the height. So whenever I'm stretching till 767 pixels, which is the view that this breakpoint allows, you can see the size of this heading is just 20 pixels. Now I'll change it to mobile extra and let's also play with the width a bit. Like I said, the mobile extra breakpoint is 900 pixels. And if I play with this mobile extra breakpoint, I can go all the way down to 768 pixels. And that is just 1 pixel above this breakpoint. So until 768 pixels, I have the property of mobile extra breakpoint. So anything ranging from 768 to 900 pixels falls under my mobile extra breakpoint. So whichever property I specified in mobile extra, right? So that property will have, or that particular element will have these properties in this view. Now let's go to tablet view, and the tablet view maxes out at 1024 pixels, and the lower end is by default 901 pixels because the next breakpoint is 900 pixels. So anything from 901 pixel to 1024 pixels falls under my tablet view. So if I change the heading for tablet view to 40, anything between 1024 to 901 will have this 40 pixel size. If I go below that, the mobile breakpoint views properties values will be applied, and that's how the breakpoints play out, right? These are essentially breaking the flow of your design so that they look good for that particular width or sizes. So that's how the breakpoints work. So hopefully that made sense. And when you click on the mobile breakpoint, you can play with the different values and see the widths at which this mobile view is applied. The same thing for mobile extra breakpoint. You can click and play with the values that this mobile extra view or the breakpoint is applied, right? So that's how these breakpoints apply. So these are the boundaries at which your design changes. Again, let's add another breakpoint. This time we'll add tablet extra breakpoint. Again, I'll leave the tablet extra at 1200 pixels anyway, right? I'll just update it. Again, we need to reload the editor because we added a new breakpoint. And let's change the value at, I'll just click on the responsive mode. Again, I'll go back to the same heading. On tablet, I think we have around 40 pixels, right? I'll just click here, go to tablet extra. I'll have 50 pixels. And for a desktop, let's have 60 pixels. That way we can differentiate it better, right? Now again, when I say tablet extra, you can click on the tablet extra mode, and the minimum width is 1025 pixels. And these are width based breakpoints, right? So anything with at least 1025 pixels and at max 1200 pixels will fall into the tablet extra view. So when I change a heading's size to 50 pixels in tablet extra view, it's applied to any device that has a width of 1200 or in between 1025 to 1200. It can also be equal to 1200. Even then this properties are applied. So that's how the responsive design plays out. And you can also have another breakpoint for widescreen devices, right? And you can also have another breakpoint for laptop devices in case that's what you're willing to have, right? Typically these are not desktop, these are not tablet either, so you can have additional breakpoint, right? So for each of the device, they've given one additional breakpoint, and finally they've given ultra widescreen option, right? So this is for devices with heavy resolution like 4K monitors and stuff, but we wouldn't anyway be designing just for 4K monitors because our clients usually don't have 4K monitors. They just view it on mobile devices or tablet devices. But this just gives you an additional flexibility. Again, you can verify the boundaries of the breakpoint by going to the responsive mode and clicking and playing with the width. Again, I'll go to the responsive mode. Let me clear it up once again. Now the tablet breakpoint, when you click on the view, it shows you the minimum width of that particular breakpoint view. And when you drag it out, it shows the maximum width of that particular breakpoint view. So my mobile view ranges maxes out at 767. My mobile extra starts from 768 pixels all the way up to 900 pixels. Now the tablet view starts from 901 pixels all the way up to 1024 pixels and so on. And if you have a widescreen monitor, you can just click on this and you can change the values for my widescreen monitors, right? You can have maybe 1024 full HD image for a widescreen monitor.